Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing really good. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about discovering the technology of your body. And the reason why I feel just really compelled to dive into this subject matter, because I really feel like that in today's world that we have never ever been taught how to truly access the amazing abilities that we have as human beings. And especially now with technology, what we're seeing is basically a bypass of what we're naturally capable of through our cell phones and through technology. We're skipping over us. I mean, the complete miracle that it is to be living, to be able to smell, taste, touch, experience anything is a complete miracle. And just on a very micro level, there's so much happening in every millisecond of every single day with inside of your own ecosystem that we don't even have to think about. Our body's just functioning on its own. And then we have the ability to focus all of these functions using our mind and using our heart to achieve amazing, amazing things. I mean, we're talking about psychic things. We're talking about communication, being able to consciously travel to all kinds of different places, consciously being able to heal people, not with medicine, but with thought, with heart, and with intent. I mean, these things are happening all over the world with amazing people. It's just that we don't ever hear about it because we're so infiltrated with media and outside external sources and information that we forget that we are the information. We are it. Okay, that is so important, I think, for everybody to realize that we cannot skip over ourselves and go out there when really everything truly is in here. And when we discover what's going on in here, allow ourselves to discover that, then this whole world opens wide up. Okay? So again, I just feel really intent on this, discovering the technology of your body and the extreme importance that it is. So I have a kind of a journal entry writing here, and I figured instead of me just rapping on it, I would just read off of this. So I'm going to be looking down and reading, but I'd like to share it. All right, so your thoughts, emotions, and actions hold a tremendous value and impact on the combined conscious rhythm of this earth, okay, and beyond. You don't have to publish a book, post in social media, and give large presentations on a particular subject to contribute to the healing and transformation of the world. Although it certainly accelerates things on one level when you're openly communicating like this on a social media platform or talking to somebody, it's not necessary. Your inner healing, and when you go in on that meditation or that prayer, is, in my opinion, carries far more magnitude on the combined consciousness of the earth. Okay. Ultimately, we're all connected on many threads of consciousness. Working on yourself is the highest form of healing you could ever contribute to yourself and humanity. It's like the cliche says, be the change that you want to see in the world. Wonderful, wonderful quote. So true communication is through emotional conversation. Emotional conversation based upon a true appreciation for the presence and being of all that is present. Not only just in one's company, but the company of the known perceived universe. Emotions ignite the mind of the heart, which is known to be the highest frequency of one's body in its own image of the Creator. The heart is the master and the mind is the servant. When the two are connected together at the same frequency, they are two minds in one space, creating an exponential energy. And it's again connecting the mind of the heart and the mind up here in your head. Okay, when these are igniting and connecting together, amazing things happen. Transformation happens. Amazing transformation. Not just within your own body, but into the combined conscious of this world. So, discovering the technology of your body. So, one thing I feel most people look past is how amazing their body is. It seems we're usually too distracted to give our bodies, which is our physical body, our mind, our emotions, spirit, and consciousness, the direct focus it requires for us to be aware that we are indeed a complete miracle and marvel of creation. This point has recently become more pronounced in my life as I see how technology is rapidly advancing, is now becoming more of a threat to our existence than it is a tool for evolution. We can see this in the advanced artificial intelligence and robotic projects being conducted around the world. CERN with their Large Hadron Collider, and who knows what the dark forces have planned with that. Just seems wild to me. And of course, Elon Musk with all of his things like Neuralink and all of that, basically talking about putting chips in our prefrontal cortex and being able to look at your phone and just think it to do what you want to do. I mean, this is what's happening, and you know what happens when that happens? That means that you're going to lose the real capacity for your prefrontal cortex. It's going to completely atrophy to the point where you won't be able to even use it anymore. And think about your kids and their kids. It's an evolution of atrophy that's going to be happening. Okay, and that's we don't want that. We want to get away from that and really find our body and discover that we don't need chips on our brains to be able to do amazing things. Okay, we don't need that. We're becoming more and more dependent on the technology, and that is really a very dangerous road to be riding on. So the amazing thing is that we don't need to dissect and compartmentalize living and dead bodies to understand the quantum nature of our being. Up to this point, most of the science we see is the dissection of things a billion times over, and then dissecting it even more to create theories that most people really just don't understand, right? I mean, people like me, layman people, we look up stuff on quantum and epigenetics and these types of things. A lot of times it's just so confusing, but it almost feels like it's almost meant to be that way. All right, I'm gonna have to do some edits. Back in action. Okay, so our bodies will not only do what we command, it will constantly self-correct and heal when needed. The key for us as human beings is to nourish all components of our body appropriately, and what I mean is everything that we put in it and on it must be within the genetic program it was created with. Okay, and believe it or not, our bodies don't require anywhere near what we've been taught. All right, to get a mental grasp on this, I'll use nutrition as an example. Just think the simpler it is, the healthier it is. The heavier it is, the more it will weigh you down, and the lighter it is, the lighter you will feel. Okay, it's pretty easy. Lighter equals greater clarity and connection to higher being and consciousness. Okay. The question is, do you want clarity and connection to higher being and consciousness, or is that Chick-fil-A original crispy sandwich just too good? Maybe that's the case. They are pretty good. And I'm certainly not a leading example of great health, but have noticed with just several weeks of nutritional modifications, I feel much better already. And these things I plan on sharing as my journey to discovering the technology of my body unfolds. All right, so now let's think quantum physics, epigenetics, the infinite nature of the universe, and our place within the matrix of reality. Okay? First off, we don't have to YouTube quantum physics and string theories, Big Bang theories, and the latter to understand the quantum nature of our bodies and the universe. Remember, that's out there, outside information. You go right in here. Everything we need to know is right in here. Every millisecond of every day, your body is telling you exactly what it needs to know. It's how you focus your awareness to that opens up the quantum zone. Remember, your body, mind, and soul are quantum. Think simple. You're already quantum. You are living quantum reality. Okay? Just be you. Just be with you, and as you become the observer of your thoughts, like clouds moving through the vast sky, you have reached a quantum reality. The more time you spend in quantum reality, the more its reality is revealed to you. And once you become the observer of quantum reality, then time reveals itself as completely illusory, as in the infinite state of being. Okay? Your body and its senses are your measure of being in relation to pure consciousness, right? It's amazing. This is what we have all this for. It's how we measure consciousness. Think simple and think lowest common denominator. And remember, your body as a quantum tool will tell you everything that you need to know without you having to even think about it at all. Entering the quantum state is essentially the observation of a complete and deep appreciation of being. That's it. The observation of a complete and deep appreciation of being. Very simple. Okay, so We don't have to be monks in Tibet to be within quantum realms and to be deeply connected. Quiet meditation, prayer, walks in nature, being with nature, etc., are all great channels to oneness and connectedness. As we learn to navigate these realms, our body's energy systems will naturally align with each other, with higher being and with source. This is when true healing occurs. And remember, dis-ease is just misalignment of our energy centers. In our world, discovering our amazing bodies will be both exciting and challenging. Our world has pushed poisoned food, poisoned air, poisoned water, poisoned education, poisoned medicine, and the list goes on, all while convincing us it's not poisonous at all. At this point, a lot of us have grown a dependency on the poison in the form of addiction. Addiction to emotions and attitudes fueled by external poisons such as food, drugs, alcohol, just to name a few. However, the real addiction is not the poison, but rather the emotions and attitudes we cannot let go, coupled with a consistent barrage of psychological brainwashing through media and radio, just to name a couple of things. You go out into this world, it's just constant misinformation, a lot. Again, that's why we want to go into our quantum being. That's where the truth is. The journey to discovering your technology has to begin with weaning off the poisons a little at a time while focusing on how your body is responding. I myself have multiple tiers of addiction to let go, and I believe it doesn't have to be a struggle. Going cold turkey with anything usually does not release the desire for poison because the emotion and attitude have not changed. Approaching each addiction one at a time while maintaining sharp focus on the body's responses in the form of healthy alternatives will release the need for an unhealthy emotion. For me, I stopped eating meat and bread just for starters. Well, actually now dairy and eggs. And I have a shopping list of other things on the list too. And I'm already noticing that I'm feeling better. I feel more light. I feel more connected already. And I'm not saying don't eat meat and all this stuff, but for me personally, it was what was coming through to me was, we're going to just get off this for a while and see how you feel, and I'm already noticing I feel much, much better than I was before. So there's a multitude of ways in which we can discover the amazing technology of our bodies. So how can we observe and experience a complete and deep appreciation of being? We can clean the body through nutrition, fasting, drinking clean, ionized alkaline water, whole foods, and working towards more lighter, less dense type foods, I believe will help the body be more connected and help cleanse the toxins that we have. And that's just for starters, So, charge up your technology with exercise, stretching, and focused breathing. Deep breathing not only gives your body oxygen, it more importantly is supplying your technology with the life force, okay? Also called prana. Exercise will naturally induce a greater intake of life force through increased heart function. So while exercising and breathing deeply, just take a few moments focusing on breathing in the miracle of your creation and expelling negative charges like negative thoughts and emotions. That's how the quantum aspect works, here and here. Complete control over this. It's amazing. So this is the way to control and steer your quantum body. Meditation is an amazing charging station. Meditating with 528 hertz playing can really help the natural alignment of your being. Prayer not only connects us with source and higher consciousness like meditation does, it also is a way in which we can train our mind to manifest choices and desires. Okay, prayer is not a way to ask source or God for something that we don't have, rather visualizing that it currently and unequivocally exists. Okay? Prayer is meditation with deep intent, is what that is. In this realm, we enter fourth and fifth density paradigms. Okay? And in these densities, time does not exist. And when deeply connected to these realms, thoughts occur in third density reality instantaneously. Okay? And we can bring those densities down, fifth, fourth, third, through meditation, through prayer, and opening ourselves consciously. The time that we're currently experiencing is at vast extremes, right? It's a lot of things happening right now. Big changes are occurring. We have a choice, although it seems like we don't. We are beings with complete free will. The fear paradigm says otherwise, but our infinite nature is guiding us to the purity of being. Just as the negative forces of this world and universe are ramping up, the light of the world is also ramping up. It's the yin, it's the yang, right? It's how the forces, the polarities of this dimension are working, okay? They complement each other. They both have to be there. So the choice we have is to either submit to the negativity while maintaining abuse of our technological body, or embrace and truly discover the real unleashed technology of our body. Either way, the waveform of consciousness is moving through. It's shifting. It's happening right now. So as it's moving through our consciousness, we have the free will to choose where we stand. We have the free will. Do we want to resist change? Do we want to resist this waveform of consciousness coming through? Or do we want to embrace it and allow ourselves to go through this? Okay. So that's it. That's what I have in there. And I don't know, hopefully some of that made sense. And but it is pretty amazing. It's not even pretty amazing. It's absolutely amazing how our bodies are working within the quantum nature of this universe. And again, just to reiterate, YouTubing or Googling quantum theories and quantum physics, epigenetics, and some of these things that can be really intense when you're looking at other people's dissection of theory, okay? And meanwhile, the whole time, the body that is going outside to discover this is only going on a mental level. And really, when we truly connect with our heart and our mind, that we can see the quantum nature of our being. Just sitting here, just me being here right now at this table, looking at this phone and speaking is a complete miracle. There's so many quantum aspects that are coming into play right now to be able to just sit here. And it didn't happen by chance, okay? Every human being on this planet, every being, every tree, all connected to source, all connected to this quantum design, is here because each single point aspect of one of those is branched out from source, from real connection. And there's this really cool quote, I think it's in the Bhagavad, I can't even say the name of the Hindu book, Bhagavad Gita, I'm saying that wrong, that basically is saying that human beings, we are no different than source or God. The only difference would be not in the quality, but in the quantity. So the quality of God is in all things and all beings. Okay, it's just that the quantity is not there. So in some respects, as we grow in awareness, as we allow ourselves to roll into new consciousness, new awareness, what's happening is that we're expanding the quantity. The quality is always there, but we're just expanding the quantity as we ascend to God, yeah, to source. So anyways, that was it. I'm not going to keep on going on. I hope everybody is just having an amazing day, an amazing time. I know it's a really rough go around right now, especially on kind of jumping into the fear paradigm there. It can be tough and hard to let go, but I just really want to remind everybody how amazing you are. Amazing, incredible beings that we are. So take care, everybody. I'm going to leave it right there.